Hello, everybody. This is going to be a channeled message, so thanks for tuning in. Let me clear my throat. Sorry about my constant throat clearing. I realized that the other day. I was going back and watching. I watched the video before I post it, so I know how to title the video and everything. And it's like, wow, I'm clearing my throat a lot. So stay hydrated. Especially going into winter months, you might think, well, I'm not sweating as much, but that dry air, it just sucks a lot of the moisture out. So, personally, I like those, the carbonated seltzers. Don't have any sugar in them, just like natural flavors, like strawberry or any berry, really. I also drink Kool-Aid, which I was told is not healthy, but what are you gonna do? I don't drink coffee, gotta do something. All right, sir, what do we got here? Insane in the membrane, insane in the brain. They thought Van Gogh was crazy too, and look at him, the artist, right? Now, obviously, he had some real issues. So if you do have some mental problems, if you're thinking of harming yourself like Van Gogh did, you might want to, reach out and get some help for that, professionally speaking. There you go. Stepping into your life's work journey. Who is this message for? This is quite interesting. So, all right. What am I going to say here today, Spirit? Three of Pentacles, working towards an artistic career. I feel like some of you are definitely seeing the light when it comes to opportunity around you and your ability to network and build partnerships. Spirit, what else we got? Following this artist's journey. King of Swords could have some air in your chart. You've had to make some kind of stern decisions, potentially protecting your work. Regarding protecting your work, maybe this is around intellectual property, filing, trademark, copyright, things of that nature when you are working artistically, so you don't get knockoffs or things of that nature, right? What's the Sex and the City where they're like shopping and she buys the knockoff Fendi bag, but like she knew it was, they knew it wasn't. Four of Pentacles, yeah. So as you're building into this vision here, I feel like you're gonna hold, I don't feel like you're sharing this with a lot of people, honestly. It kind of feels like you're a little bit closed off in energy, but the thing with the Four of Pentacles is that you may need to open up to help, and you kind of have that here in your foundation. So being able to relinquish some of the control a little bit, I think is going to help this project grow for you. Okay. And being smart about our decisions. That's kind of what the King of Swords is about. Nine of Wands. Yeah. So it's kind of funny. I had a conversation with somebody the other day because I write songs and they said, oh, well, that's fun. And it's like, is it? It's kind of, to me, it's kind of can be stressful. And, like if it's not, turning out the way I want it to, then, rework needs to happen. So when you are working on artistic projects, I feel like everyone has that kind of self-doubt, like, is this going to turn out? Is anybody going to like it? And that's kind of a pick-me energy that you don't necessarily want. You need to be able to stand your ground and say, this is what I'm working on. I know what I'm working towards, and I can stand tall in the knowledge of that, okay? For some of you, this could be even like a new hobby that you're starting to pick up. Like, it doesn't have to be like your entire career, but I feel like for folks that do make certain passions their career, sometimes, you know, they can face challenges. Nothing in life is without challenges, right? Spirit, what else do we have for this collective, please? Artist journey. Every journey begins with a single step. So, would you believe they put a man on the moon? And what did they do? They celebrated. And celebrated why? Because there was somebody standing at their side. And now you have this 9 of Wands here, which is a multiple of these threes. 33 is an angel number, by the way. And also aligning into your life's purpose is significant here. So I feel like what Spirit is saying, that it's okay to not only acknowledge, but also to celebrate who you are, and that these folks that are coming in to work with you in your network, they're going to help you celebrate, okay? Spirit, what do we have here in the environment? Yeah, my sparkling water. No calories, no artificial sweeteners, sodium-free, and 0 calories. But yet it's not just water. Okay. Judgment in your environment. So there might be folks around you that feel like they're being judged if they're not like right next to you celebrating. And the thing is, it's like, you know, people come into your life for a reason, a season, a lesson. And some of these might actually be lessons that are going to leave you feeling this kind of, have that kind of embattled energy. But who's going to actually step in and help you achieve your goal so that you don't have to have that closed off energy? And again, this is kind of reminiscent of the Jupiter retrograde that I've been talking about that runs through November 23rd, because Jupiter is the planet of expansion. And this is like, see how she's like contracted and holding on to that coin, like I can't let it go, right? But, you know, sometimes investments take money, and, you know, the Four of Pentacles is also practical. So making wise decisions with her money here is kind of, I feel like what Spirit is saying. And if you looked at my last video, you'll know that I was kind of talking about the stock market, you know, and sometimes, you know, during the downturns, it's a popular time for people to invest and, you know, all those things. I also said I was not going to give you the winning lottery numbers, and I happened to be out there on social media and found that there's like some $1 billion lottery pot or something. I didn't even know about it, so it's just kind of funny. So the lotto talk must be in the air. So good luck to who's all has played their numbers. I hope you get something out of that. King of Wands, Mr. Fancy Pants, coming in to steal the show. There's some fire sign energy. Not only stealing the show, but telling you where to go with the show. Okay, so for those of you that could be more in like the theater arts or, you know, kind of like acting or whatnot, you know how to like Chicago, right? Know how to razzle dazzle them. And again, look at my community tab. I just posted a song by the band Chicago. different reference, not the play Chicago, but anyway, same word. channel that, right? So you can be the fierce cat in the channel, right? Out here looking fine, looking like a fine feline, and guarded by the lions, I might add, the lions of Leo here. Okay. It's like, you know what to do. What outcome we got here, Spirit? You know, I did a Instagram live and trying to record this at the same time, and it was kind of strange. I didn't know if I really cared for that, but I was thinking about going live here. The Emperor, Aries energy. So fire on top of fire with this King of Wands. And the thing is, the Emperor is that father energy, that big daddy energy. You know, kind of like Puff Daddy kind of energy, you know? So I feel like, especially for those of you working on your projects, like if you really pour into it, what you need to be and what's foundationally significant, then you're going to get to grow into this, okay? Or even be working with somebody who expresses this kind of energy, because they're going to see this growth in you and what you're becoming. So the thing though is, like, don't expect this always to be like a separate person. Like, this is, you know, part of your journey within, okay? So if that's what you aspire, I mean, if, you know, if you're not aspiring to be an emperor, then what are you aspiring to be? I don't know. You know, that's up to you. But the emperor is, you know, in command, in control. The emperor is also ruled by Mars, which through January, mid-January sometime, I believe Mars is in a retrograde. So that masculine energy might feel a little flipped or more intense during that time. So even if you are starting to see more traction as Jupiter goes direct at the end of November, keep in mind the forcefulness with which you use this Emperor energy, right? And the thing with the Emperor is that they, you know, this is a masculine energy, but they understand letting things play out and not rushing. And the thing with the King of Wands, that flashiness, that can kind of, you know, get some, some kind of energy that's not as consistent, I want to say, okay? And not to pick on the fire signs, but, you know, I'm just reading the energy off the cards, all of like negative and positive aspects, right? And the thing is, I'm just pulling into the current energies here. So I am an intuitive reader. Could have some water signs here as well. Definitely in line with, yeah, this judgment's really interesting to me, because it's also, that judgment can also represent a rebirth. So kind of reaching for the stars, reaching for the brightest star, the sun. But what does the sun do? It reflects back upon you, and then you are therefore that brightest star, okay? You need to be the one who's the center of your personal solar system, right? Your personal universe. Like, you know, and people will tell you, like, growing up, like, you're not the center of the universe. Well, you know what? You know, you kind of need to be, right? You're paying your own bills, right? You're getting up you have to get yourself, like, that's adulting, okay? So, right? And sometimes that gets a little tiring. But that's life, okay? Right. Like, that's why we put the Band-Aid on. And we pick up the big stick, and then we just keep going, right? So, and this is in the near future, in that forward position. So that forward march is, I feel like Spirit's saying that you have that passion and drive and like, and again, standing up for what you've already fought for. Okay. I'm going to do a little clarification here. So I'm not going to lie. I was thinking I was going to do a Scorpio reading. Then I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go with whatever comes out. And then, of course, that King of Cups pops out on the bottom, which is Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. But King of Swords is Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. I just posted the air signs reading, so please check that out if you're interested or have placements. I do recommend you check out Vedic or sidereal astrology charts as compared to Western, just to give yourself a little greater understanding of, you know, if you're familiar with the traits of the signs and you read your horoscope and you're like, that is not me, or like, that doesn't make sense. Like, you know, you have different placements in different parts of your chart. So that's one reason why it may not make sense, but also it could be because your chart's not technically, you know, maybe accurate, and maybe what resonates better with you is using a different system, which many people around the world use. So, you know, is the West the best? When it comes to that, it's nice to see other perspectives and viewpoints. So Spirit, let's clarify the artiste. 23. Wow, that's a twin flame journey right there. 6 of Wands, yeah, celebrating all the way into town, right? Carrying your wreath, carrying your bounty for all to see. Oof. 8 of Cups. Okay. And this is not without effort. This is not without potentially leaving behind things that don't serve you. We have a full moon coming up as well. And the full moon is a time when we kind of can break through of illusions. Things become illuminated that we don't normally see. And, you know, some people like, you know, they like to go out on the full moon, like they're drawn to that. Some people, they're like, oh no, keep me away from all that crazy activity, right? I'm going within. So